We're going to recap the cold summer cookout in Tuscaloosa, including the entire team singing Dixie Delight and an elite offensive line class that is committed to Alabama. Some guys that are leaving and where that leaves the Alabama recruiting class as of today as we head towards spring practice. Then tomorrow, we're going to talk a lot about this team and start breaking down the team position by position. Great to have you guys here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Brett's going to be on as well. We're going to talk a lot about Alabama football and more. We're going to try to make you laugh this morning on this Monday. Roll Tide, everybody. Let's get this party started. There he is. Look at him in the flesh there, Mr. Big Elmo. Big set. And look at that, man. Where'd you get that shirt?
My friend Mick Gillespie got that for me out in Las Vegas.
I love to hear that, man. Is Mick Gillespie a good friend? Like he hooked you up with some swag?
Absolutely. Mick is like my best friend in the whole world. And he treats me well. And, I'm just like a little puppy dog. You got to pat him on the head sometimes.
We had to break you in, man. We had to break you in.
Oh,
the thing about the dead is you gotta have the gear, man. But I've got one of those too. We're gonna wear them together on the boat.
We've got to. I ran over to the dryer to look for something to wear, and I was trying to get my Bama Tailgate Show polo. And I reached in and I grabbed this and I was like, perfect.
Let's go.
Good.
Let's go. At Brett Elmore Show, you guys know him as the radio mogul of West Alabama. I would say WJLX, but now that you own all these other stations, I'll just call you the mogul. I'm at Broadcaster Mick, and you guys can hear Brett every morning on WJLX. So you can watch him right here. All right, Brett, let's get into this right now. Let's have a little recap of the cold summer cookout in Tuscaloosa. Alabama had Keelan Russell there. Really cool moment watching him and Jalen Milroe, right? I mean, I'm not saying this is the passing of the torch or anything, but it is really cool to see these two guys, great quarterbacks from Texas, kind of talking about what it's like to be a quarterback at Alabama. And Keelan Russell, 5-star, is the future of the program.
Yeah, he is. And Keelan Russell, he shared on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, a picture with Caleb Cunningham. They were having a great time at the barbecue yesterday. And I tell you, I think it was a big weekend. I'm looking through X right now. Zion Gibson was talking about what a great time he had. So many of those recruits and a lot of vibes in Tuscaloosa, just seeing them dancing and bonding. It's a big deal, and it was apparently a great day.
Yeah, right. A guy I'm keeping an eye on is Tank, who is from Mobile Edge from 26, maybe one of the biggest prospects in the state of Alabama. But all these guys had a great time in Tuscaloosa. And the moving forward of what this program's going to be depends on how well that Kalen DeBoer can recruit. And right now, I mean, Alabama went from the number 1 recruiting class and unfortunately has fallen to number 2. We talked about this yesterday. Antonio Coleman flipped back to Auburn. It's been one of the weirdest recruitments ever because he went from Alabama to Alabama back to Auburn. We'll see where this ends when it's all said and done. But Auburn is, obviously feeling a lot of pressure to try to keep up with Kalen DeBoer because they didn't expect him to come in and do so well. And, and that's kind of the situation that DeBoer is going to deal with. He's never been in the spot. I mean, I know that he's done a lot in his career, but he's never going to have been in a spot where, you have a tick on you like Auburn is on Alabama. I mean, they're just always there. You're trying to get them off. Like,
right. Yeah. And we talked about this a lot, and I read the comments in the comment section, and we talk about it a lot about these guys committing but not signing.
Yeah, it's not there yet.
Keep them. You have to keep them. And the one thing that aggravates me more than anything is these players that are flipping, but not only flipping from Alabama, but flipping to Auburn. They're looking at a lot of folks are thinking that the 4-star 2025 guy, the athlete Derek Smith, may flip from Alabama to Auburn because he did not show up to the cookout and was supposed to be there yesterday. And this guy could play wide receiver, from reports, and that's from Recruits Bama on Twitter. But you hate to lose recruits, but especially to Auburn, who in the 2026 class, a lot of folks are projecting, even though it's early, that they have the number 1 class in 2026.
Yeah, long way to go. I mean,
yeah.
Finish up 25. I mean, like, right. Man, this is exhausting. NIL's changed a lot. We don't get the Saban discount anymore. And DeBoer and his staff are going to have to fight their asses off to get these guys. And the other thing, and I know every time I say this, I know what the comments are going to be, and I'm not disagreeing with the comments, but the NIL game's got to step up. Nick Saban was late to the party, wasn't about it. And you know what? He didn't have to be about it because, he had this track record of, hey, if you want to go to the NFL and you want to make money and you want to be your best, you come here. Those days are over. Still Alabama's recruiting at an elite level. They're doing a great job. But with that said, they still are going to need the NIL, and we're just going to have to keep building that because Auburn's going to go in there and try to buy every single player that they want from Alabama. And you don't have and look, this new coaching staff, I love these guys, but it's just a different ballgame right now. And that's unfortunate, though.
And I hear you talking about Auburn and Ohio State and all these and their NIL money. I hate to hear that because we should have the money. Alabama is the top program in the country. They still are. Why and how much why do we not have the money and how much have we spent? That's what I want to see. Because look, I know Ohio State spent $20 million.
$20 million plus.
Right. But
I'm hearing that Caleb Downs got like $3 million or somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah,
like 2
but
point something million.
Why are programs like this? Where's our money at? Where do we stand?
Right. You're saying if we made $1 billion in the athletic department, where's the money at?
Exactly. I mean, and you know that. I mean, it's all the money game, and Alabama has been so strong. Look, it's not about last year. It's about the previous 17 years.
Right.
We have made so much money. Where's our NIL money?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, what's going on there? I mean, That's what I want to know.
I've heard it's pretty. Look, I'm not telling you guys, and I'm not telling you this either, Brett, that we're in despair. I'm just saying that, we were just a little bit late to the game, and we're just going to have to build it up. Right. I've heard Aaron Suttles talk, and he's, part of that. And I love Aaron. I've known him forever.
Right.
These guys are doing a good job. It's just that, like, as much as it's so cringeworthy to go, yeah, we got to get involved in this NIL thing. But I know a lot of the people that are behind the scenes here trying to do this. We just got to support it because these other schools that are tired of getting their asses whooped by Alabama are going to spend as much money as it takes to knock us off of being like the kings of the league. And that's going to also be the case for Georgia too. They're going to be dealing with the same situation. they're tired of seeing the SEC at the top, and they're definitely tired of seeing Alabama there.
Right. Yeah. And I understand that. But, look, the thing is, Alabama has the money. And I'm not saying we're the poor child in the SEC as what I was alluding to, but I want to know what is the plan? What are we doing to make this NIL deal? And I got so sick of that when this first hit, and we talked about it, about the average fan, trying to buy into all this, website or whatever for, $20 a month. That shit's not going to cut it. All right. And don't put it on the average fan.
Right.
We've got money there. The average fan can hardly afford to go to a ball game anymore.
Right.
I got an email from the university yesterday, I guess it was. And I was trying to look at it here if I can. Oh, the preseason ticket sales. Okay. Everything's sold out except for Western Kentucky and Mercer. I mean,
those are going to be great.
And yeah, those games are going to be outstanding. I'm telling you, it's just going to be outstanding.
I can smell the sarcasm.
And go ahead and buy your family of 4 a ticket to go sit next to God, because you're going to be in the very top of the nosebleed section, and you'll see heaven and the greatest football team that's ever played right down below you. They'll look like ants, but you'll be there.
I like those seats. I just don't like walking up to those seats.
Yeah, that's a problem, especially if you tailgating too hard.
That's normally what happens. All right, look.
Right.
Show's brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia. Timeout Sports Lounge. Go there, spend $50, and you can play Dancing Rabbit for $40, which is the Augusta you can play. When we come back, Brett's going to take over the show, and he's going to tell us all about what's going on today.
Resort. They call him Big Sexy, coming at you from the Walker County. Jasper is his hometown. He's known for giving free rundowns. Oh, Big Sexy, throwing out those Alabama thoughts, sneaking out your mom's window without getting caught. It gives you the XPs, but Big Elmo is here to please. Big Sexy Elmo on the Bama Tailgate Show.
Yes, it is the 29th day of July, right?
Your theme song gets me every day.
Oh, man, it's great.
But you guys can't see us, like, I sing along every day during the
and I do like the Hercules clap.
Hercules!
Oh, Hercules! Great movie. 29th day of the month. Let's see. Ken Burns is 71.
Ken Burns, the filmmaker, put together 2 of the greatest documentaries of all time. First off, the Civil War documentary is absolutely amazing. And I know we glorify war, and, I am totally against that. And then, to ever glorify the Civil War, it was sad. It was divisive, family against family. I thought he did a great job of framing that up. And where I grew up, like, sometimes you'd be out tilling and you would, till up a cannonball or a musket shot from the Civil War, because all those battles were really around where I lived. And what I realized is that there's always a better way of figuring out a dispute besides fighting, and a lot of that goes back to the Civil War, going up to Gettysburg and Antietam and some of the other battles. So Ken Burns is amazing. And then the baseball documentary, I've spent my life in baseball and I love it. I love it. I mean, the way that he was able to go out there and frame everything about the game, what it was like when Babe Ruth was there, what it was like not having black players in baseball, why that's significant, what the Negro Leagues were, Jackie Robinson, and then Willie Mays, and what he meant to the game of baseball, Alabama guys, Satchel Paige and Stretch McCovey, and all the people that have come from our state that have gone on to, to fame and fortune and legacies that are unbelievable in our state. He framed it all. I love Ken Burns. And also don't forget this too. He also changed, but by taking a picture in a documentary and then the way that he would move it, it's called it's called the Ken Burns framing, or so. I forget what they call it, but when you're making movies, it's a Ken Burns effect. I think it's a Ken Burns effect, and it's a picture, but he would just focus in on the picture and bring it back. So, it looks like it's not just a picture sitting on a table, he's the one that created that.
I don't know if we're talking about the same Ken Burns. I was talking about the guy I know from Boldo, Alabama. But this guy you're talking about's extraordinary.
Yeah, you're lying.
I am.
He's from Red Bay. He's from Red Bay.
I was talking about the guy from Red Bay. I don't know what in the hell you're talking about.
Hey, you know what? The Tailgate show is going to be on the radio in Red Bay. Thank you, guys.
Yes, and yes.
Roll Tide Red Bay.
We've also added an affiliate, our friend Walt.
Walt!
Yes, Walt.
If you guys know Walt Williams, give him a shout out from us.
Yes, Anniston, Gadsden, the Oxford area.
We needed that area. 15 stations on the network, Brett, for the radio. That's the radio show that with Jake Coker will be on there, Brett will be on there. Game days.
I've got to have my. I don't know what my affiliation will be on this show.
Something.
I'm fixing to negotiate that deal. We got to have Big Elmo statewide.
No, we do.
On the Bama Tailgate.
You'll be on there. We couldn't do it without you, brother. We couldn't.
I know that. I'm just kidding.
All right.
Like I said, I know that. Anyway, let's see. Who else is celebrating a birthday today? I wanted to say singer Wanya Morris of Boys to Men is 51 today.
You guys know. How many times has this show talked about Boys to Men? Because we love Boys to Men. And we saw them at Pearl River, but they were amazing, man. I mean, when they broke into Hey Jude, I was like, these guys do it all, man. They're just
and if
the end of the road was great.
If y'all saw my videos or Snapchats or anything like that, I was taking the video and you could hear Mick say, "I make love to you like you want me to." I mean, he knew every word.
I did.
He could have been on stage. It would have been great.
They were fantastic.
Oh, they really were fantastic. And if you're looking for something to celebrate, today is International Tiger Day. I don't want to celebrate that because I think of Auburn and LSU.
Yeah, and I don't. I think of Mike Tyson in the Hangover movie. Like when he had the tiger, they were going to steal Mike's tiger.
Yeah.
They end up in his house.
Yeah.
What a great movie.
Great movie. And now this is something we can celebrate too. National Chicken Wing Day. Do you prefer the flats or the what do they call them, the clubs, or
the flats or the drums?
Drums.
Yeah. Come on, Brett. Come on, dude.
I'm sorry.
Are you being for real? Have you ever had chicken wings before?
Yes, I have.
Flats or drums? I'm a drum guy, but I don't mind the flats either. Look, you're making me hungry right now. I love chicken wings.
Drums. Yeah, I'm a drum guy.
Me and my buddy Terrence Ware, we're gonna do a we were, this story. We went and met, and we were going to do a chicken wing review YouTube channel. And then we just killed it. We want to try every single sauce that this restaurant Aubrey's had. And then we were talking about it. Then that next night, I almost died from that night. I got sick from my appendix rupturing, and I put chicken wings back a little bit. Now I'm starting to fall in love with them again. They got blamed for a crime they didn't commit.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you
my
mean.
My stomach hurt. I was like, these chicken wings are killing me.
And what I want to hear from the people who watch the show, of course, we love to talk Alabama athletics and everything. That's what the show's all about. We kid around the last half of the show, but I want to do a Bama tailgate after hours.
Oh yeah, let's do it, man.
Where we talk about anything and everything, different topics and everything.
Your favorite wing sauce is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Or what wing sauce you don't like? I don't like regular buffalo wing sauce.
Yeah, I can go with it. Are you a ranch? Are you blue cheese?
I'm blue cheese, but I like ranch too.
And I would love to take calls, and I would love to do. I think it'd be great. Almost think of it as the ladies' man off SNL, where he took the phone calls and everything. Yeah, you dating a skank. Anyway,
you said it again. Somebody's offended by that.
I hate to offend you.
Hey, and whoever said I had a big forehead on the comments, thank you.
You're right. Yeah,
appreciate that.
I just have a big head. Period.
It's a forehead, but it's not a five head.
Day is today.
Yeah, I know and I've got some great interns that work with me in baseball.
Yeah.
One of them came from Alabama, Howie. So roll tide.
That's good. And National Lasagna Day is today.
Mom used to make lasagna.
Ooh, I love some lasagna.
Love some lasagna, man. Love it. I when I was on the carb diet, I figured out how to make carb lasagna.
Really?
Yeah. It was really good.
Wow. This day in 1890, Vincent van Gogh, 37 years old, shot and killed himself.
So his artwork's still amazing. You know, obviously he had some issues, but to leave that kind of a legacy, I hate to hear that, man. And we've talked about this before. I mean, the thing to do is if you know somebody's going through something, and sometimes you can't always do that. I had a fraternity brother that committed suicide in the last year. One of my really good friends, the guy I used to bartend for, owned the bar in Tuscaloosa when I was in college. And you always look back and you're like, man, what could I have done? I think what you could do is just when you see somebody that's not doing too well, just tell them how much you care about them. I guess, I mean, that's
no, you're exactly right. And I talked about my battles with depression and everything, and I'm medicated for it, or else I wouldn't be here probably. Mentally, I mean, but just I don't know why people are trying to call me this early in the morning. But also Mama Cass Elliott of the Mamas and the Papas, found dead this day in 1974.
Yeah, that was back when the Mamas and the Papas were like top stuff. What was that one? What was the main song they had?
Oh,
Monday.
Yeah. And of course, there was a rumor that went around that she choked to death on a sandwich, and that wasn't right.
Okay.
But anyway,
didn't know that one.
Yeah, and let's see, what else have we got on this day? Let's close with this one.
Okay.
2012, rapper Snoop Dogg banned from Norway for 2 years after he was caught trying to bring a small amount of marijuana into the country in June. And now this guy's carrying the Olympic flame and probably wanted to light a joint off of it.
Yeah, he might have done that too. I mean,
and he may have.
Marijuana's a lot more acceptable now. And look, it's legal in every state, whether they call it marijuana or like they have the other stuff. You see those hemp stores, Delta 8, 9, and 6 and all that's the same thing. So, whatever.
You know a lot about this, there, Mick.
It's like I don't need any. I'm not advocating I'm not advocating it at all, Brett. I'm just saying
I'm just saying you're educated. I didn't know that was.
I am educated.
Delta 8, 9, 10. Educate me more on this off the air.
I just that's what Alabama college life was all about. Hey guys,
look at this dead history. Roll Tide, everybody.
Roll Tide. Last thing, right now, use the promo code Bama Tailgate at newlifeart.com, and you'll get the calendar for the calendar autographed with Daniel Moore's autograph on the side. So you buy the calendar, use Bama Tailgate, and he'll autograph it for you and send it out to you. Check it out, and have a great day. Roll Tide, everybody. Roll Tide. Have a wonderful day. And look, if you're worried about recruiting, don't. We're going to be just fine.